This week on TGC News, Franchi's new bolt gun, the multi-shot electronic rifle from the future, and pro tips for arguing on the internet. Sharps Bros has taken their decades of experience in manufacturing and product design and created some of the most unique receivers for the AR-15, AR-10, and AK platform. With them, it's not just about unique rifles, it's also about excellence in craftsmanship. Starting from a rough sketch, then 3D modeled, and then finally machined from billet aluminum, Sharps Bros receivers are in a class of their own. To learn more, head over to sharpsbros.com. Welcome back, everyone. My name is Jon Patton, and you are watching TGC News. I'm going to kick things off this week with some thoughts that came to mind after the Parkland, Florida shooting. On February 14th, a deranged former student went into his high school and murdered 17 people. It really does upset me that this happened. The question of whether or not it was preventable comes up after every shooting. In this case, I think the answer was a resounding yes, and the fault lay upon the shoulders of the FBI. Police had dealt with this kid several times. The FBI was aware of his behavior. The fellow students were aware of his behavior. The administrators were aware of his behavior. But nothing was done about it. I wish I knew why nothing was done. And at the same time, we've fallen into the same old trap as always, knee-jerk reactions from Democrats and Republicans alike. I was called a rapist this week for being a white male and that all white males are the source of evil in the world. Adam was told that the blood was on his hands because he has ties to the NRA. These reactions come from emotion, right? People are hurting for the families in Florida. It makes sense. But lashing out has never solved anything. First and foremost, arguing on the internet has never changed anyone's mind. Memes on the internet have never changed anyone's mind. Telling someone that they're wrong is a shortcut to getting them to dig in harder on their argument. It's a human behavior. When we're told we're wrong, we dig in. We do not like being told that we are wrong. I had a few people show me this picture with two different signs on it. Which one of these will prevent this sort of thing from happening? And the answer is neither one. Signs do nothing to stop bad things from happening. Laws and regulations do not stop bad things from happening. So how do we fix what is wrong? Well, it falls down to the accountability of the FBI in this particular case, and on a larger scale, a strong look at how we deal with mental health issues here in the U.S. But that's just kind of scratching the surface. Our society has created and glorified this evil that we're facing right now. The Parkland shooter's face is everywhere. That kid won. People have made him famous for killing. But how do we stop that? I don't have the answer, but I want to know what you guys think about all of this. I think we wholeheartedly agree that restricting the rights of law-abiding gun owners will do nothing to stop evil, but is there a solution to stopping mass shootings from happening? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And in This Could Be the Future of Warfare news, a company called Forward Defense Munitions out of Utah recently brought out a rifle they are calling the L5. Shout out to viewer Marcus for giving me the heads up on this one. It's really neat. The way they describe this is the first multi-bore, single-barrel, caseless ammunition rifle. Whoa. That is pretty damn cool. So let's dig in a little bit more. Essentially, you would load up the charge block that holds 5 shots in total. They're loaded with a primer, propellant, and bullet. Stack the charge blocks together, kind of like Legos, and then insert them into the side-feeding magazine. According to FDM, with their electronic trigger system, you can set off up to all 5 of them at once. The barrel itself is essentially 5 bores drilled on top of one another in a single unit. In the promo video, they say that this results in groups that overlap each other. All very interesting, but why does it matter? Well, the charge blocks. Because they contain the shots, they're essentially a replacement for the chamber of the gun, which is where a ton of heat builds up. You're also spreading the heat out across 5 bores instead of everything going through one. They cut down on the magazine loading time, because there are 5 shots per block and not individual cartridges. Beyond that, the battery on this thing is supposedly good for 15,000 shots. On a single barrel gun, that would likely ruin your barrel, but that averages out to about 3,000 per bore on this rifle. No matter what, that is a lot of projectiles downrange. On top of that, you don't have a reciprocating mass and individual parts moving around that could cause malfunctions in the rifle. This whole thing sounds really interesting to me. My concerns lie in the electronics. We all know that electricity and water don't mix, and for those military applications, that cannot be an issue. But at the same time, my phone is waterproof, so why couldn't a gun be IP67 certified? I also have major concerns about pricing. Sure, this is not directed at consumers. That's not the case here. But this is a proprietary system, and it requires proprietary ammunition. I don't have any idea what the MSRP is on this entire setup, but I'm guessing it'll be $boatloads. Either way, this is a super cool new take on the future of rifles. What do you guys think? Is this the bridge between railguns and our current line of small arms in the US military? And rounding us out in gun news this week is a company most well known for producing mid-grade shotguns. Franchi is kind of the middle management of the Benelli family of guns. On the bottom you have Stoeger, in the middle is Franchi, and at the top is Benelli. I actually really like the Franchi over-unders. The Instincts are really nice shotguns. But now they've jumped into a new area with a bolt-action rifle called the Momentum. I'll break down the features a bit. The stock is really where it all gets started. They've included checkering and contours at specific locations on the bottom of the rear of the stock, kind of where your hand would go when you're shouldering the thing, right below the action in the center, and in the normal spots on the forend. They claim that is to allow good control and stability for 5 different shooting positions. I say it gives options, and that's a good thing. The action itself features a 60-degree bolt throw, a spiral fluted bolt, and claims to be ultra smooth and reliable, blah, blah, blah. Same stuff they always say. It will be available in 243, 6.5 Creedmoor, 270, 308, 30-06, and 300 Win Mag. They all come with triggers that can be adjusted from 2 to 4 pounds, as well as a free-floated cold hammer forged barrel. They cap everything off, pun intended, with a threaded muzzle for your favorite accessory. Because why say silencer when you don't have to, right, Franchi? Yeah, it said accessory in their promo. Anyway, overall, this seems to be a solid rifle from a company with a good track record. Time will tell if it holds up to their claims or if it's worth the MSRP of $609. Kinetic Development Group is the place to outfit your FN SCAR rifle. Bottom to top and front to back, they have everything you could need. The SAS stock set, the MREX rail, QD points everywhere, and of course, the scarging handle. Top it off with some Connect or sidelock mounts, and you've got yourself a next level setup in a hurry. And then you can pack it all into the apparition bag and be on your way. We've worked with KDG since the early days of TGC, and you guys know the drill. Go to kineticdg.com, use the code TGC10 to get 10% off your entire order. Our friendly fire questions this week again are from the TGC Nation Facebook group. Andrew Milbourne asks, which caliber is better for social work? 38 Special, 357 Magnum, or 44 Special? Well, that kind of depends on the size of the gun. Assuming we're talking about snub-nose revolvers, I'd go with a 38 for ease of control in shots. If we're talking about a larger gun, then probably 357 Magnum. I don't know that I would ever pick 44 Special. I don't know why. I just wouldn't. Jason Bauer says, do you think lead-free ammo will be the norm in the future? Yes, but it will be a long time before that happens. Lead is still relatively cheap in comparison to lead-free options, and therefore lead core ammo will win the battle until regulations force a switch or supply dries up. Jared Chamberlain wants to know if I would opt for an SBR tax stamp or just go with an AR pistol using a brace. Well, honestly, I look at them differently. I personally like that SBRs can utilize a variety of stocks out there, but with things like the adjustable brace from SB Tactical, that line continues to get blurred. I guess for cost and ease of use sake, I'd probably go with the pistol. My friendly fire question to you guys this week. I want to know how many of you that are watching right now are new to gun ownership within the last 5 years. If you've been a gun owner longer than that, post something silly in the comments instead. If you want your question answered right here on the show, you can send that to me over on theguncollective.com. Guys, if you dislike this video, hit that button. If you liked it, hit like, get subscribed, and consider supporting us via the links in the video description below. We have a new Amazon affiliate store, as well as a link to purchase cool shirts just like this one. And of course, links to find us all over your favorite social media platforms. And as always, thank you all for watching. We'll see you soon. The shirts worn in today's video on the Gun Collective have been provided by Patriot Patch. Closed captions have also been brought to you by Patriot Patch Company. Be sure to click the link in the video description to check out all of their great products, including their cleaning mats.